Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the week of August 8th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Get a shuffle in here. Now this week starts off with 8-8, obviously we're looking at the week of 8-8, but 8-8 is a significant what is known as like the Lionsgate portal. So if you're into numerology or just interested in manifesting, you can use the 8-8 day to manifest something into your life. Just a PSA if you were unaware. Now I'm using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Angel, let me see here, Angel and Ancestors Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Let me go ahead and take 3 of these cards here to clarify as we go along. Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you, Aries. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this here. So it is interesting. So there is this message of you've had a situation here, Aries, where you've been knocked down, or you may be in the process of sort of going through it right now. But you are getting back up, okay? And you have this very important energy in the middle of with the 5 Swords, which I'll go into in more detail here in just a second. But this very important energy of you sort of getting stronger as a result of maybe losing something or something falling out of your life. What I would always just like to say is that whatever is meant to you cannot be, or whatever is meant for you cannot be taken away from you. And so if there has been something that is leaving your life, it probably wasn't in alignment with your destiny anyway. This could have been a person, by the way. This could have been a person because we do have this 3 of Swords in the past. This could have also been a location as well. I know that sounds weird, but like maybe you've had to move on, like move your house or move residence or move to a new location. Or obviously the other situation is that it could be a job as well that some of you may be letting go of. But the thing is, this whole reading is probably going to end up being like, you may be letting go of something, but you're also getting something that is probably even better here in the future because of some of these cards. So definitely like what I see in the future for you, but let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit more. Now, in the overall situation, you do have this 5 of Swords, which 5 Swords is some sort of loss, something leaving your life. You can see this person in the background is down, but they are not out. In fact, they are getting stronger. The sun is coming out. They are certainly not letting any sort of situation that has put them down. They're not letting that hold them back. And what I always like to say with the 5 Swords is this is a hardening energy, okay? You are becoming stronger, and there's a sort of hardening of yourself, of your skills, of your knowledge, of your experiences here. And it's this idea of getting knocked down but getting right back up again. And you are becoming stronger as a result of something that has maybe left your life or something that's exiting or something like that here. So that's truly what I feel for you. In the past, you have the 3 of Swords as well as the Knight of Wands. So the 3 of Swords, Knight of Wands, if I'm looking at this from a love perspective, you may have been in a relationship with a player, somebody who had that type of energy, okay? And there may have been a heartbreaking situation between you and this person here. It is a fire sign, so I do wonder if it's like maybe you're not dealing with a player. Like what could be happening is like because the Knight of Wands is a fire sign, it could have been that like you've just quickly moved on from whatever happened here. You may have broken up with the person, and you know, obviously, even though you're the one who did the breaking up, it's still obviously very, very much, you know, weighing on your heart here with this 3 of Swords. And so the thing is, this has happened already. This is showing up in the past. So I do feel like maybe some of you have dealt with that in love, and there's been some type of loss. And I do feel like even though these are swords, which would not be typically around emotions, I do feel like there is an emotional loss here for some of you. That's just my intuition. We only have 1 Cups card, which deals more about emotions, versus the Swords deals more about logic. But I do feel like there's been an emotional loss for some of you that you've been kind of dealing with or working through at this time. For others of you, this is not about your love situation in the past. This is about something to do with like moving on from a place or an organization. Knight of Wands is this idea of like going somewhere new. Okay, you could even say it's like going on a grand adventure. The Knight of Wands is like one of the biggest cards if you're ready to like move zip code or move residence. And this is what I'm saying, like maybe some of you have had to like move to a new location for whatever reason. You've had to let go of the place that you've lived for some time. Something like that may have happened. Again, this is not happening in this reading. It seems like this has already happened because this is showing up in the past. In the future, you do have the Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles energy. So Ten of Cups is about like windfalls of happiness. It's one of the happiest, most positive cards to find in a reading. So definitely like to see this coming in here for you when you get the Ten of Cups. It's like this feeling of having all 10 cups overflowing. It's good news, good energy, good vibes, good times. It's also a really good family energy here as well. You can see the family on the bench. They own the home behind them. And for me, this is about not just good vibes and good energy and good emotional energy, it's also about abundance because, when all of those things are aligned, right, when you're feeling emotionally happy, when you're feeling content, when you're kind of in that sort of big happiness sort of energy, that is a form of abundance, right? And so, but there could be some other type of abundance here as well because you have this house symbolism in the background, but also the King of Pentacles, which the King of Pentacles is about somebody who is extremely, like, they're well-to-do, they're well off, they have really kind of climbed up the career ladder, slow and steady for the King of Pentacles really wins the race for them, and that's the way that they sort of approach their life. So for some of you, you may have made, or you may in the future here, you may be making a smart investment, maybe in land or a home or real estate. Obviously not financial advice. Your situation will be different. I don't know what your situation is completely, but just reading these cards, it seems like maybe some of you are making some type of investment related to the home or some type of investment related to maybe even in yourself as well. And like maybe you're making an investment here in knowledge that not only puts you down a happier career path, but also this investment in knowledge may also be the thing that gets you the job that then gets you the home, right? Like there are levels to this, right? Like sometimes one action sets forward in motion 100 other actions. And this is kind of what I feel like is going on here for you. And this may all be tying back to some type of loss or something that has left your life here, Aries. So let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Ten of Swords, definitely. You have the Queen of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands, and you have the Six of Swords. Okay, so Wands is the suit of work, and we now have these 3 Wands cards. We also have 3 swords, actually 4 swords. So this, for many of you, obviously this could be around a person here, okay? But I feel like you're probably the one that did the breaking up with whoever was in the past for you in terms of your relationship. There's clearly something that is lost here, okay? Ten of Swords is something that's completely done. It's out, it's over, it's out of your life. You're moving on from it. And really the Ten of Swords, you can really think, I like to look at the cards in a more positive way. So from my perspective, the Ten of Swords closes one chapter, but it also opens another one. And it does provide you with an opportunity to release yourself from what is no longer serving you. Really, like you could think that like letting go of these swords that are in this person, right? And so the emotional pain of the past, I definitely feel like is pretty heavy for some of you here, for sure. And there has been an undeniable ending. Now, for others of you, this was career related, right? Because we have Wands and Swords, which swords can be like a severance type of energy, a cutting type of energy. It could also be related to your thought process, to logic, to communication, situations like that. But then you have the Wands, which is about work, career, enterprise, also inspiration, passion, creativity. But for some of you, that may be the area where something has left or exited, or some an area where you've kind of moved on from. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is like really capable of attracting something important into their life. It's a major card of attraction, but also creativity. as well. I do think that there's been like one event here that has set in motion so many more, like so many other events for you. That's what I feel like saying here. I think it's tied to a loss. The Nine of Wands is perseverance. In the future here, you're being called on to persevere, to continue going forward, to not, most importantly, to not give up when you have the Nine of Wands, because you're so close to sort of reaching the finish line. And then you have the Six of Swords, which is about a transition. So we have a very clear and cut reading for you, which is something is ended, something has moved on, or you've moved on from something, or there's been a loss. And as a result, this has set in motion many, many events for you. And this is relating to moving to a new place. Maybe literally, like you may literally be moving to a new place, but it's also like, think about it maybe from another perspective, which is like you're maybe moving to a new place in your life as well here. And it looks like there's a lot of happiness on the horizon for you. So definitely like to see this. Let's go ahead and take a look at these 3 oracle cards. All right, so you have Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. You have Magic, guardian, unlock the magic within, and you have Lord, take charge with authority. This Magic Guardian card is one of my favorite cards in this Oracle deck, and it gives me the Queen of Wands vibes here. You can see that there's like fire. Well, it's like similar like color palette, right? Like got the reds, the oranges, and the Magic Guardian. It's about unlocking the magic within, but we could say that using that magic to manifest something into your life. And like I said, the Queen of Wands is a major card of manifestation. Lady and Lord. Okay, so those 2 cards, I just realized this, those 2 cards are counterparts in this Oracle deck. So for some of you, it's like, yeah, it's almost like there's been a separation here for some of you with Lady and Lord. And I don't think you realized it at the time, but I do believe that this separation has really manifested something new into your life, which is many times the case, right? Many times the case for you, for us. And so I do feel like that's just extremely important in this reading, transitioning maybe away from something that you've been in for a long time as well. But let's go ahead and let's get some more messages here. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and you have the Tower. Yep, so decision tree. I'm getting this idea of like a decision tree in my mind, or like one decision leading to 100 million more, like, or one action leading to 100 million more actions. I'm getting that here because you have this 2 of Wands showing up in the middle now, where it's like, okay, you've been dealt a blow here with the 5 of Swords. And as a result, now you're at this fork in the road. Which road will you choose, right? Which road will you choose? And the action you take sets in motion many, many more events into your life here, with this 2 of Wands showing up for sure. So, you know, that's a card of decisions, choices, opportunities, options, and kind of really needing to sort of trust in yourself to choose a path. And once you choose a path, know that you are going to be guided down that path, and don't worry about, you know, will you make it, how will it happen, where will you go, all of those sorts of things, and just recognize that in choosing a path you will get there. You have this 10 of Pentacles in the past. We now have these, actually triple, I was going to say 3 triple 10s, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. No question about it, big endings here that have happened for you in the past, but also this is really bringing a new chapter into your life. 10 of Pentacles is really a major card of abundance and something you love to see in a reading. And then you have this Tower card as well, unexpected situation showing up in the future. This does not need to be negative. It can be a revelation, something that maybe changes the way that you see a situation or a person, or is like a surprise to you. It could be a pleasant surprise here, as it is in this same column here with the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. You really are being guided to sort of keep pushing forward here for yourself, and to continue going forward here, as you have the 9 of Wands around it as well. Let's see what else we have. So you have the Hanging Man, and you also have the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so the Hanging Man is this idea that at the end of the day, sometimes we have to give something up to get something else. Sometimes we have to let go. And there's been a real letting go. There's been a real ending, something that you have lost. For sure. Yeah, not mincing words in this reading. That is the truth of this reading. There's been something that you have lost. And the thing is, the hanging man, they can't stay there forever, right? They are suspended in air. They're sort of dangling in air. And they can't be there forever because eventually they have to see what happens when they cut this cable and start free falling. They have to see where they go. For you, it's about, as you let go, you manifest something in here with this magic guardian, this Queen of Wands energy, this idea of you manifesting something important. Two of Wands is this idea that there are changes afoot, right? There are changes on the horizon for you here. Two of Pentacles, by default, is a positive change in your financial situation. There could be a surprise that shows up here in the future. You're going to be guided to dig in and stay strong here with the Nine of Wands and know that you can handle whatever is thrown in front of you. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Empress. So I love to see that. You have the two biggest cards of abundance in the tarot with the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress card. And then also I was getting that abundance message here with the Ten of Cups at the beginning of this reading as well, around maybe some of you just like some sort of chain reaction that leads to a new investment or leads to a new like living situation or leads to a new like material or situation in your life, something like this happening here. And this Empress card says, you know what, if you plant a seed right now, that seed is fertile to really grow into something big. And so this is a major message of fertility, not just in like in the childbearing sense, but also in the idea that you can see a seed that you plant in your business life or in your life generally grow into something big. So I love to see this. Queen of Swords, really an energy of focus and getting down to business here. So love this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next reading.